In a world where the rich throw away not just broken toys but people, one boy was cast aside, condemned for a crime he didn't commit. Hurled into the abyss, a pit where monsters crawl and the unwanted rot. He should have died, but he didn't. In that darkness, something inside him awakened. Something powerful. Something dangerous. Now, among the forgotten, he begins his fight to tear down the cruel world that threw him away. The story opens in a glossy, pristine city where perfection is expected and imperfection is discarded. A young girl frowns as she clutches a stuffed puppy. Its ear has been ripped, barely hanging by a thread. Her mother, indifferent to the child's sorrow, tells her they should just throw it away. After all, if they sew it up, the toy will look ugly. Convinced by her mother's words, the girl silently agrees. Without a second thought, the mother tosses the toy into a garbage chute outside their luxurious home. The toy falls with other discarded items into a pneumatic waste system, funneling the city's trash toward a massive junkyard hidden beneath their shining streets. As the woman walks away, a cloaked figure silently watches from a distance, his eyes burning with resentment. To him, she isn't just throwing away a toy. She's throwing away meaning, value, memory. Everything this society no longer deems perfect becomes trash. And he has had enough. Below, the disposal truck carrying the stuffed puppy rolls into the junkyard. But this truck isn't alone. A shadowy man slips in behind it, unnoticed. Moments later, inside a mountain of black trash bags, a security guard patrols. Hearing a faint rustle, he investigates and finds the man knee-deep in garbage. Alarmed, the guard draws his weapon, accusing the intruder of being a trash thief, someone who endangers the city's beauty by reclaiming its waste. The man doesn't flinch. The guard calls for backup. Two more men arrive quickly, ready to subdue the intruder. But they're not ready for what happens next. The man hurls garbage bags at the guards with sharp precision, creating chaos, and bolts for the vents. His speed is unnatural. His reflexes too sharp. Bullets ring out, echoing in the metallic hallways. One grazes his arm. Still, he pushes forward and vanishes into the sewers below the city. Once outside, breathless and injured, he mutters to himself, "He isn't a thief, he's a rescuer. He didn't risk his life to steal. He did it to save what never should have been thrown away, including that tattered little puppy." His words are quiet but heavy with conviction. The next morning, the city buzzes with gossip. Rumors spread like wildfire. The so-called trash thief has struck again. On the other side of the city's great dividing wall, the slums awaken to the news. Among those listening is a man with ragged clothes, clearly marked by poverty. He overhears two wealthy women mocking the poor and their filthy habits. He says nothing, though the words cut deep. Instead, he retreats to the outskirts, to the place society keeps its undesirables. Within the slums, concern brews. The locals worry that more patrols will arrive, tightening the city's grip on their fragile freedom. Among them is a girl named Chiwa. She immediately suspects her childhood friend, Rudo, a boy with piercing red eyes and an unshakable defiance in his heart. She finds him at his makeshift workshop, tinkering with broken toys and appliances he salvaged from the junkyard. His hands are steady, careful, and skilled. Despite everything, he still wants to repair what others discard. Chiwa confronts him. She asks if he really risked his life again just to gather trash from the city. Her tone is angry, but the fear behind it is obvious. She reminds him that the people up there don't take waste control lightly. If they catch him, they won't hesitate to lock him away forever. But Rudo stands by his actions. These aren't just trash to him. They're things, precious things, thrown away by the spoiled and the blind. He believes they deserve better. If no one else will care for them, he will. He fixes them, cleans them, and sells them for cheap so the people in the slums, those who actually need them, can have something good for once. Chiwa sighs. She understands his motives, but sometimes it feels like Rudo's in love with garbage more than anything else. Before she can say more, trouble arrives. 3 self-proclaimed elites of the slum, boys who think they're above the rest, approach with disgust on their faces. They mock Rudo's smell, his obsession with trash, his gloves, everything. One of them cruelly kicks over the lamp Rudo just finished fixing. Another laughs, saying no one would want anything touched by someone like him. Chiwa steps in, defending Rudo, but the bullies scoff. To them, Rudo isn't just a poor boy. He's the cursed son of criminals, murderers who dragged all of them down with their shame. They claim the slum was created to exile people like him, but unlike Rudo, they believe they can climb out of this place with hard work. They walk away with sneers, leaving silence in their wake. Chiwa turns to Rudo, trying to lift his spirits. She tells him he's not like them. He's kind, and he'll do great things one day. Rudo's eyes soften. He picks up the stuffed puppy and, with hesitation, offers it to her. It's not much, but he wanted her to have it. Before she can accept, her mother appears, yanking her away and warning her not to associate with someone like Rudo. Back at home, Rudo is greeted by Regto, the man who raised him. He's older, scruffy, and playful, but beneath the teasing, he clearly cares for Rudo. He jokes about Rudo's failed puppy gift mission, but quickly grows serious when he sees the wound on Rudo's arm. He bandages it carefully, scolding him. Rudo's life is worth more than garbage runs, he says. If the city catches him again, he'll be dumped into the abyss, a bottomless pit where criminals and waste alike are discarded, the same place Rudo's father was supposedly thrown. Though they're not blood, Regto is the closest thing Rudo has to a parent. When the world turned its back on him, Regto took him in. That's why Rudo tries so hard. To repay him, to show he's not just the son of killers. Regto tells him to stop carrying the weight of the past, and to stop risking his life for things that don't matter. But to Rudo, they do matter. As morning light breaks, Rudo steps outside. The world is quiet. He walks to the edge of the slum, staring into the abyss. It's a massive, gaping pit where all the city's filth, material and human, is thrown. Somewhere down there, his father disappeared. At least that's what he's always been told. He hears a voice behind him. It's Chiwa. She smiles, surprised to see him here. To her, it's a strange place to visit, but to Rudo, it's familiar. The slum was built on the edge of this pit for a reason, a constant reminder. Step out of line, and you get thrown in. Suddenly, Rudo stumbles. His body pulses with pain. He doesn't know why. He tries to stay standing, clutching the toy puppy in his hand. Without explanation, his arm lashes forward, and he thrusts the toy at Chiwa before running off in a daze. Down the road, he spots something strange. 4 figures in long coats, their presence unnerving. The apostles, city enforcers. They never come to the slums unless it's serious. But they don't even look at him. They pass him by like he doesn't exist. Still, Rudo can't shake the unease. He sprints toward home, but something's wrong. The front door is ajar. Inside, he finds Regto, bloodied, barely conscious, and a masked man standing over him. Rudo cries out, but the man doesn't flinch. He shoves Rudo aside and disappears. Rudo rushes to Regto's side. There's blood everywhere. Regto, barely able to speak, tells Rudo to run, to survive, to change this twisted world. With tears in his eyes, Rudo holds onto him, refusing to let go. But it's too late. Footsteps echo behind him. The apostles arrive and see the scene. Rudo holding a dying man. They draw their weapons and declare him a murderer. He tries to explain, but no one listens. The real killer is gone, and all they see is a boy from the slums with blood on his hands. They shoot to incapacitate him. He collapses. As the world fades, Rudo realizes the truth. In this city, his word means nothing. By the time he regains consciousness, he's already at the execution platform. The crowd cheers. From slum to abyss, they chant. His name is smeared. The boy who fixed broken toys is now labeled a killer. Chiwa stands among the crowd, her eyes filled with betrayal. She drops the stuffed puppy and turns away. With no one left to believe in him, Rudo's heart hardens. He's thrown into the abyss, a free fall into darkness, into oblivion. The light disappears. His breath fades. This is the end. Or so he thought. He plummets through endless black, the roar of wind around him growing fainter and fainter as consciousness slips away. For a moment, there's peace in the fall. Not relief, but surrender. The world above has cast its judgment, and now it rejects him entirely. A speck of trash, tossed into the void like he was never human. Then comes the impact. His body slams into heaps of twisted metal and mounds of refuse, pain tearing through his limbs like lightning. Bones may have broken. Blood pours from fresh wounds. But somehow he's alive. Barely breathing, barely moving, but alive. Around him is a landscape built entirely from the unwanted. Broken cars, shattered glass, decaying electronics, forgotten dolls, all fused together into grotesque towers of debris. The stench is unbearable. This is no mere landfill. It's a world of rot, a graveyard for all things rejected. Above, the sky is gone. He sees only shadows and clouds of black smoke. The abyss isn't empty, it's teeming. Rudo crawls forward, coughing, groaning. Every breath is agony. His blood stains the ground beneath him. But something keeps him going. A whisper in his head, a memory of Regto's voice. Live. That was his last command. Not to cry, not to beg, but to survive and change the world. A hiss breaks the silence. From the rubble, something moves. It's not human. A creature, tall, humanoid, but grotesquely twisted. Its arms are long and malformed. Its face is smeared with grime and contorted into a monstrous grin. Its body looks stitched together from parts that don't belong. It lumbers forward, hunched, drooling. A beast born from the abyss. Rudo stares in shock. How will he survive this monstrosity? Like and subscribe for the next episode.